Hey man, moving to the 70s. You know, a lot of stuff happened in the 70s. You got the Munich Massacre, Walt Disney opened Disney World. A lot of stuff like that, man. But the thing that was gripping the nation was the Vietnam War. Now, the man still controlled the people, and we were still stuck in a war we didn't want to fight. Now, the Kent State Massacre proved all of that wrong. You see, the 4 innocent school children that were killed in that massacre greatly changed the way the nation saw the war. And it made the U.S. think, what if we weren't fighting in Vietnam? Now, a lot of other stuff happened too. The Munich Massacre, that just showed the relations between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Stuff like that, man. Just gotta remember. And come on, man. I got a whole house to show you. See, we got a lot more to the 70s than just the things that happened. Now let's come look at this, man.
Some interesting entertainment in the 1970s was the beginning of graffiti by Black and Latino teens to show off their opinions and core values. Some interesting literature during this time period was Stephen King's development of horror stories, which brought new scares to his readers. Some interesting movies during this time period was Jaws and Star Wars, which are now modern-day classics today. Some interesting TV shows during this time period as well were Happy Days and All in the Family, which showed the family core values. In the sports world, there was Billie Jean King's victory over Bobby Ray and Rumble in the Jungle, which showed African Americans and women's roles increasing as time went on.
Oh, hey man, what's up, dude? What am I here to talk about? Music, that's right, yeah. Well, the funk, rock, and dance music, they were kind of the main genres of the time, here in the 70s. As the 60s kind of moved into the 70s in the musical world, the things became more artistically unique in music and became more theatrical in a sense, like pretty far out, dude. Like they were using makeup and costumes. It's crazy, and the Village and Kiss. That's a good example. Dance music also became pretty popular due to the rise in like clubs and places where people would just go like hang out and dance with all these crazy lights, you know. It's a great time for music. Lots of disco.
So 70s fashion was a continuation of fashion from the 60s. You saw a lot of influence from hippie culture, including fringes, a lot of leather, and then a lot of toned and medallions and butterfly medals and whatnot. However, the fashion in the 60s took a lot of inspiration from current music, and so disco was the emerging music genre of the time, and it focused on a lot of bright colors and sequins because it was at the club. And so you started to see polyester arise, which was the new material. It was cool, it was hip, and so it allowed for two things: bright colors and really, really tight pants. And you'd see men and women wear tight pants all the time. Another big thing that rose were jeans, and then you also saw a lot of rise in sweaters and flannels. During the time, a lot of the clothing moved towards a more free and colorful movement compared to what it was in the 60s, which was more uniform. A lot of women were seen wearing just skirts all the time compared to now, where women were wearing pants, or maybe they wore maxi skirts instead of just regular knee-level skirts instead. And so towards the end of the 70s, though, you started to see a different type of fashion culture arise, where it moved away from the super tight and super colorful disco culture in fashion, and you moved towards the basic tracksuits and more just casual wear, I guess. Men started to wear suits again, and then women toned down their clothing, and it was more as per se usual 80s kind of level clothing as you started actually to move towards the 80s.
Good, man. Hope you like the 70s. Such a cool decade. So, I'm afraid that's all we got to show you. We might talk about it a little bit more later. Catch you in the next decade.